Okay, so this is the next video in our continuation of our AWS series. And in this video, we will look at the next service, which is the Elastic Beanstalk. So let's look out the overview. What is Elastic Beanstalk and why we have to use it? So generally, so before looking at the Elastic, so if you have to deploy any web application, so any web application, whether you write any web application, even the HTML, Python, like Node, right? So it basically follow a three-tier architecture. So what is the three-tier architecture? So you have some application, and that application you are running on some EC2 instance, right? And the users are accessing the load balancer, and on the back of the load balancer we have the EC2 instance, and the EC2 instance may be connected with some databases to read and write the data from the database. So this is a three-tier architecture. One, that is the load balancer, two is the EC2, and three is the database, right? And these EC2 instance may be managed by the auto scaling group, right? So that like if there is more traffic, then EC2 instance gets scaled up, scaled down automatically. So this is a basic architecture. But so how we can create this three-tier architecture? So let's I tell you, can you create one web application and using this three-tier architecture? So one approach is you will like create the load balancer, you will create the auto scaling group, you will create the database, right? And then you deploy your application, right? So but you are a developer, so rather than focusing on your code, you are more focusing on the infrastructure, right? Okay, so one way is like we will do it manually. The other way is using the cloud formation, which we have seen in the last video. So yeah, using the cloud formation, what we can do is we can write a one template either into the JSON format or YAML format, and whatever the services we need. Let's suppose we need the load balancer, we need the EC2, we need the RDS, whatever the services we need, we will define all the services, basically all the resources into that cloud formation template, and we create a stack, and we will just create a stack. So the stack automatically at the backend will spin up all the services. So we have these two ways, but we have like even a more better way, and that is called the Beanstalk. So what Beanstalk will do is, so Beanstalk is basically for the developers, all right? So who don't need to worry about the these infrastructure. So what they will do, they will just use this Beanstalk application, and on that they will like upload their web application, that is the code, and just hit enter. That's it. At the back end, all these things will be get automatically created. That is the load balancer, EC2, auto scaling group, security groups, database, everything will be automatically created. So this, so we don't need to worry about like all these stuffs, all right? Even at the back end, what it will do is like it will prepare a cloud formation template automatically, and it will create a stack, and using that stack it will create all these infrastructure, all right? But let's suppose, so now the next question is, if we have to do the hands-on on the Beanstalk, whether it is a free services or not. So Beanstalk is a free, like for the free, if we have created the new account and which is still under the free tier, right, then it is a free, right? Because when it will spin up the EC2 instance, because we don't know which EC2 instance it will spin up, because it can spin up a T2 dot large, T3 dot large, but as part of the free tier, we have T2 dot micro instance are free. If we have to done manually or using the cloud formation, then we can define our instance type. But what about the Beanstalk? Because in the Beanstalk, as I told you, we just like upload our application and just click a one button, and automatically will all the services will get created at the backend. So we don't know like which EC2 instance will be created, right? But that is not actually true. That is a partial true. We can still configure all these things. If you don't want to configure, then whatever the default settings, it will like use those default second. If we want to control those configuration, there is an option to control the configuration. So we still have the full control over the configuration. So it is basically a platform as a service, and it is a managed services. Okay, so let's and also the Beanstalk supports many languages, basically platforms. In the Beanstalk, we call it as a platform. So Go, Python, Java, Ruby, .NET. So these are the multiple, even the Docker as well. So we have to search Elastic Beanstalk. So you could see run and manage web apps. So if we have to run our application, web application, so I told you we have like multiple ways. So our generally web application follows a 3-tier architecture. Most of the application follow 3-tier architecture. So one way is to either get manually, other way is to cloud formation, third way is the Beanstalk. So Beanstalk at the back end also use the cloud formation only. But if we directly use the cloud formation, then we have to write the template. But if you use the Beanstalk, we don't even write to that template. All right. So it is run and managed web application. So let's click on it, Elastic Beanstalk. And here we have to create an application. So create an application. So let's give the name my Beanstalk application. All right. Let's give the tag. Okay. And now we have to choose the platform. So I told you like it supports multiple platforms like Go, Java, Python, Ruby, .NET. So let's suppose we have to like go with the Python. So it has multiple platforms: Docker, Go, Java, .NET JS, Ruby, Tomcat. So we have to choose the Python. So Python version 3.8, which is running on the Amazon Linux 2, that is fine. This is a platform, not sure like what is this, but only like one option is there. So leave it as it is. Now we have the application code. So either we can like one sample application they have provided, either we can like try that, or either we can upload our own code, right? So but for the time being, let's try their sample application. They have written some code for us, right? As I told you, if I click on the create application, everything will be created. And till now I have not mentioned anything like which EC2 instance I need, right? Which load balancer I need, which security group I need. So I don't need to worry about this. As a developer, I will focus on only on my code, but still I have the full control on the configuration. So you could see one more option, configure more option. So if you click on it, so so you can configure a lot of options. So whether you want a single instance, so free tier eligible. So by default it is a single instance. So single instance is a free tier eligible. Right, so we are using the free tier eligible only, but we can like configure our everything like database, network, everything we can configure. So go to the previous. Now hit create application. So as soon as I create the application, you could see at the back end, everything will be get started creating. So if I open the cloud formation, if I open the EC2, if I open the S3, so you could see everything gets static ready. So if I go to the cloud formation and go to the stacks, so you could see this Beanstalk and same AWS Beanstalk environment. So this automatically get created. So if you go to the events, so create in progress, creating just the today time 23:52 only. So this is being created like using that at automatically at the backend. If you look at their template, so 1 minute. If you look at the template, so it's a very large template and it is for written in the form of a JSON, right? But if you view in the designer, so let's minimize it. So let me maximize it. So you could see there is security groups attached, right? And it's the what is this? Yeah, EC2 launch template. So this is a template which is used for this scaling group. So everything like it will create all these resources. All right, so let's close it. And EC2 instance, right now we don't have any EC2. If we refresh it, EC2 instance also created. So if you see the name, it's the name is my beanstack. So at the back end, automatically it created. Even if you go to our scaling groups, so scaling group also will get created. If you go to my load balancer, load balancer also get created. If I go to the target groups, target group also created. Right now there is no load balancer attached because it is still in the creation progress. So once it get created, the load balancer will be get attached with the target group. If you go to the security group, so these two security groups have been created uh, by our like a beanstack. So we can look at the security groups. So we can check our inbound rules, outbound rules. So we can create all these manually as well, but like they have one security group for the 80. So let's look at the other one. So other one is also for the 80. Yeah, I think source is 000. The source is this one. So the source is different, right? So everything like is getting created automatically at the back end. Okay. So yeah, and S3 also created. So why S3 has been created? Because we know when the stack get created, so it created the template, and the template will get stored into the S3 bucket. So S3 has been created. So let's see whether what is the progress. So instance deployed completed successfully. Load balancer waiting for EC2 instance to launch. This may take a few minutes. We can like basically check the resources here, what all resources going to create and what are their status. So scaling group, wait condition, launch template, cloud formation template, security groups. All right. So everything is being created, and let's scroll up. If you go to the events, so we can see the events. So all those resource creation has been initiated. So everything is like going to create. Now the create is completed. So everything got completed. So if you go to the environment and create auto scaling group, so my application, my Beanstalk application. So now you could see health check is okay, and we have the one URL. If you click on it, so you could see there is a like a health check is okay, and the URL is given. So if you click this URL, so I could see my web application. So this because we have used their own dummy application which they have provided, but we can like launch our own web application as well. All right. So so it's very easy. So it is just mainly for the developers who don't want to worry about uh, the underlying infrastructure. They don't want to create, so they can go ahead and use the Beanstalk. The underlying infrastructure automatically will get created, like load balancer, security groups, everything will be created for them, but still they can configure it. So if you click on this and you have the configuration option, so still you can like configure all these things like health checks, monitoring. So let's go to the application, my Beanstalk application, and applications. Now let's delete that application. So click on it, action. If I delete this application, the cloud formation stack will also get deleted. If the cloud formation stack get deleted, all the resources will get deleted. So click on it and enter the name of the application, my Beanstalk application. So as soon I hit enter delete, if you go to the cloud formation and if I do refresh, I could see delete in progress. Now at the back end, all the resources will get started like getting deleted. If I go here in the EC2, go to the load balancer. So load balancer is no more. Target group is still there. but it will also get deleted very soon. Auto scaling group, it will also get deleted. It is now updating its capacity. Instances are getting shutting down. So everything will be get terminated very soon. And regarding the S3 bucket, so let's empty that S3 bucket first. So delete. But there is a one thing which I want to tell you. If you want to delete this now and try to delete it, it will not get deleted. You will get some error. So delete bucket. You could say you don't have permission, even though I have the administrative access. I am the IAM user and this user has the administrative access. Still it says that I don't have the access. The reason is, so there is a policy attached with this bucket. So if you go to the bucket and go to the permission, under the permission, you could see one policy. This policy document has been raised. Under the policy document, the last option is S3 delete bucket, and it is action is deny, and for all the resources. So it says that no one can delete this bucket. So I have to first, if I want to delete the bucket, I want to like remove this policy. So let's do that. So let me edit that. Even though let me delete everything because I don't want, but anyhow I am going to delete the bucket. So save changes. Now policy is no more. So now I can delete the bucket. Delete. So successfully deleted. Okay. So EC2 instance has been terminated. Security group also has been deleted. Load balancer I think already deleted. Target group also deleted. Auto scaling group should be deleted. Yeah, there is no auto scaling group. And let's see the cloud stack. So now there are no stack. There are like zero stacks. So this is the advantage of the Beanstalk. Even there is a no application. If I click on it, there is no application. Why it is still there? It should not be there. Yeah, it should not be there. So now we don't have any application. So it's a like useful service for the developer. If you don't want to create your resources manually, neither using the cloud formation, we can use the Elastic Beanstalk and it will do everything for us, but still we can configure those options. So that's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you.